Starting off with your childhood. You were born with the name Maria Sklodowska in Warsaw of Poland on November 7, 1867, in a very rough period for your country due to the excess try of Russians to accomplish the complete Russification of Poland and, of course, the intense poverty. Looking back, despite the difficulties, did you manage to collect anything good from the situation?
Well, let's be realistic here. I cannot lie and say I am so happy I have been through that. However, it did form my personality in a way, putting a lot of thought in that in a good way. I learned that the bread isn't made out of cereal grains and yeast, but endless hours of mining ore, coal, and rocks. Nothing comes easy. Nothing falls from the sky. Behind success, there is always endless hard work, sweat, not luck. I cannot touch luck, so the luck cannot touch me. I have gained the principles of discipline from a young age. We serve our job, so our job can serve us a warm bread back. We must work with respect, or our job won't respect us. And trust me, I have seen it happen with my own bare eyes. We will starve to death if we do that.
I am really impressed. Such horrible situation never put you down. Apart from poverty, I would like to zoom in another horrific monster you faced. Patriarchy, which never stopped you from studying twice as much as other kids, as other boys, and perform admirably in school. influenced, I bet, by your parents being teachers themselves, especially your father being a maths and physics teacher. How was facing such an unfair situation at such small age?
Patriarchy was not born in one day. I was familiar with this situation since a kid. I knew the opponent I had to face. I acknowledged patriarchy could not take a joke, and no hope, luck, or prayer could be my weapons. I like using my own weapons. Dedication, hard work, discipline, organization. Dedication, hard work, discipline, organization. That's what I kept reminding myself every second of my life. Was it unfair? Yes. But I am proud. My sweat filled the gigantic difference between the big image of men and the small image of women society had. And even if improved, still has. My sweat filled the gigantic difference between the big image of men and the small image of women society had. Very poetic, but also very sad and very true. A fact. That's how I always like to speak. If, buts, and maybes are in fairy tales. You are right, I am afraid. Despite your love for science, your talent and intelligence, you were disallowed to continue your studies at a college only because of your gender. It's really outrageous. But even that failed to put you down, Marie. You secretly studied either way at the Flying University, an underground educational enterprise. How did you feel when you realized you don't have the right to do what you love the most? Education. I remember having a very bitter feeling, but it was just reality, a reality buried well inside us to make us believe it's normal. I couldn't have the same rights as my old male classmates. I am proud I had to work 1,000 times harder than my fellow scientists, male scientists. I am also proud I learned the importance of justice through injustice. I built strong ideas about right and wrong. Principles like honesty and reliability follow me to this day. It was a secret university. Me and my classmates had to trust each other to remain alive. Luckily for the world, your sister Bronia decided to leave Poland for Paris, the most advanced city of the time, the city of arts, the city of dreams. She wanted to study medicine. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you made a deal to work for as many years she studies and send her most of the money you were making, and then the opposite, so you could study. What happened? Could you tell us if this rumor is true? When I heard about Paris from my sister, I thought to myself, this city is miles away from Poland. This is my city. This is where I must go to work hard for endless hours and establish myself as a scientist. I want to highlight this was my thought, not my dream. I do not like such words. That thought came with a small cost for me. Work for 6 years and send most of the money to help my sister live in Paris without worries, as she did later for me.
After 6 years, I was so excited. I collected enough money to go to Paris and study myself what I love the most. Wait, study yourself? You've been working for 6 years straight, so you can study yourself? They had mirrors on a 50% discount in Paris? Science. Continue with the questions. You just landed in Paris. What are you thinking? Where is my university? Was the first thought I had. Because I traveled there with a target. Yes, I was impressed by their new technologies and how modern of a city it was, having things such as electricity, telephones, tram, cinema. But I did not let those things fool me and distract me. I was surprised. I felt respect for the first time there. For the first time, I was someone. Someone not equal with a man, not even close, but someone, which made me think, yes, this is my city. This is where I will achieve my thoughts. My name is Marie. I've got to say, it's almost unbelievable you could remain focused in such city and adapt so easily in a such different place from Poland. You studied at one of the best universities of Paris, the Sorbonne University, where you studied physics and mathematics and performed excellently. Later, you graduated as the best physics student and the second best maths student. How could you adapt so easily? Stop searching for a magic tip. I am like that as a person, very highly organized with discipline. If you are strict with yourself and set a schedule of constant, consistent, hard work, you can adapt anywhere with no problem. Losing focus and
laziness lead to not adapting well. It's just up to you. Setting yourself a schedule of constant, consistent work. Do you think you are bossy? If I had to name two negative traits about myself, then yes, I would have to say that I do not try to be bossy, but I have things in boxes in my head, too organized, and too organized they shall remain. I am a pretty analytical thinker. I leave nothing to fade. Okay, but you said two traits. What's the second one? I have been called rude for the same reason. Next question it is. You were funded with the help of a professor of yours to make a research on magnetism when they recommended a 35 years old French professor, or else your one and only love, Marie Curie, my love, Pierre. Yes, I was actually searching for a laboratory to experiment. That's why they recommended him. He had an excellent laboratory and even more excellent heart. Sweet. Your next target was to be the first woman with a PhD. And like all of your targets, you achieved it. Could you give us inside information about it? How did it happen? Sure, I can. I was searching for a topic for my PhD when two fellow scientists made significant discoveries. Wilhelm Röntgen researched, experimented, and discovered the first dark radiation, X radiation. You might know it as X-ray. He made the scientist community obsessed with it. So I decided to go for something slightly different, but very close. I chase an unfinished project of Antoine Henri Becquerel. The project was about a new type of dark radiation. Cost by uranium this time, which excites me to work on. Becquerel didn't have the equipment to continue the research, but I did, thanks to my husband creating an electrometer years ago for some experiment of his. I was working for hours and days and weeks on it. It was painful, but I did get results, and the world owes you for this. You have earned yourself 2 Nobels on physics. How does that feel? I am satisfied. I have worked a lot for this. When it comes to my first Nobel, though, my husband had to push the situation, I am afraid to say, despite my hard work. My gender was still a problem to them. Thankfully, later on, I convinced them, and they gave me another Nobel Prize themselves. Wow! I never realized how late it is. I had such a great time with you. Me too. Thank you for inviting me. The world, and especially women, owe you. It's Marie Curie and the super